So I know it's been a few weeks or so since I last uploaded a YouTube video, but I just and again, I don't know how or if anyone is getting tired of me releasing these every so often, but I genuinely like to. So the purpose of today's video is to give another Take a Chance writing update, where I'm basically going to be reading the most recent blog post I wrote about like how the writing process of this novel is going so far, because I genuinely feel like I don't do enough documenting of like my previous writing projects, and I just want to keep myself accountable and keep talking about this project until people get sick of it. I mean, I don't think I will ever get sick of it. Also, if you hear any background noise, my apologies for that. I've decided that for these writing update type videos, I'm not going to do any major editing, compared to how, you know, like I edit my like short story narration videos, where it's like it literally takes me hours because I'm painstakingly analyzing and like going over how the voice recording sounds, background noise, all that stuff. But for this, for these videos, I'm not. So without further ado, here is my writing update. So the post I put up on my WordPress blog, which, by the way, if you don't know, aside from this YouTube channel and my Instagram account, I also have a WordPress blog called The Right Place, which I officially launched, I want to say a little over 2 years ago, in like early 2024, I want to say. But yeah, so this writing blog post is titled "Realizing I'm Writing a Character-Driven Novel, Take a Chance Writing Update." When I knew I wanted to turn my short story Kissing Strangers into a novel, which I've had the idea for since November 2023, I had no idea what story I'd write or explore over the course of a full-length novel. Even though I'm still in the first draft stage of writing Take a Chance, the novel that serves as a continuation of my short story Kissing Strangers, I can honestly say I love how natural writing the story feels, and that, without spoiling it, the narrative I'm crafting is more character-driven than plot-driven. There are aspects of the story and character decisions that influence the plot. Oh my god, I lost my spot again. Oh wow. That influence the plot and drive the story forward, of course, but I think it's interesting that I'm writing a story that's introspective and focuses heavily on understanding how my main character, Felicity Turner, navigates the world around her and how her past influences how she views her relationship with Jonathan Clark, her love interest. Although the story is told strictly from Felicity's perspective, I also love how narratively complex and in-depth Jonathan's character is turning out to be as well. I love how Take a Chance starts with the two of them reuniting for Chelsea's wedding and blossoms from there. And also, quick side note, because I was like going over, so like I have like a Word document where I write down every like romance novel idea I have, and this is obviously included in that. Something I find actually funny that I keep forgetting is that in that portion of the document where I briefly write about Take a Chance and the premise, I had originally named Felicity's older sister Joanna. But I was like, no, Chelsea honestly seems more fitting. But it's so funny because I have it in the document as like, they reunite for Joanna's wedding, and then I'm like, it's Chelsea. Okay, continuing anyway. Okay, they reunite for Chelsea's wedding. Oh my god, I'm losing my spot. Okay, so this story is honestly practically writing itself, and I'm loving every part of it. I think the wedding sequence at the beginning was a genius idea, and I love that Felicity and Jonathan have the chance to reunite again and deepen their relationship with each other. I also love coming up with new ideas, chapter sequences, and plot threads for the story because it makes me incredibly eager and excited to see the story through to completion, and, in my opinion, enriches the narrative I'm telling within this novel. I finished writing chapters 14 and 15 fairly recently over the course of 2 days, and I love how, with each chapter I've written so far, the chapters end up turning out completely different compared to the ideas I'd originally had in my outline. I'm still following the outline, but very loosely, and I'm continuing to create it as I write. So, when I say that, I'm essentially doing a combination of writing as I go, but also coming up with, like a basic idea of, what I want the chapters to be and the themes I want them to follow and stuff like that. Anyway, the best part is that nothing about Take a Chance feels forced. As a writer, I've always loved when stories come together naturally, and I'm continuing to be surprised whenever my characters do something I wasn't expecting. And I just run with it. And it's truly been so much fun. I can't wait for you all to read the story when it eventually gets published, once it's reached publishable quality, of course. I'm heavily debating whether or not I'm open to the idea of having beta readers read through this novel once it's finished, but I'll cross that bridge eventually. I'm just focused on drafting the story first. Also, for anyone curious, I'm writing this story using a software called Dabble. And with each chapter I complete, I'm copying and pasting and exporting it into a Microsoft Word document. The reason I'm doing this is so that the novel is saved in more than one location and has a dedicated file and home within my writing projects folder on OneDrive, Microsoft OneDrive, so that I don't accidentally lose what I've written. I'd be genuinely devastated if I accidentally deleted and erased this novel because of how hard and dedicated I am to working on it. The thought of losing something I've spent months writing genuinely scares me, which is why it's always best to store and save it in multiple locations digitally. Thanks for reading this update. And again, if you're watching the visual version, I greatly appreciate you for watching this and I feel like I don't say this enough because I'm a really small creator, but any support and love I get on any piece of content I create, whether it's Instagram, these YouTube videos, or a blog post, I greatly appreciate it because it truly means a lot to me. And so yeah, that's the update I wanted to share. And I love making these videos and updates, and I don't plan on stopping anytime soon. Who knows? And I'm still debating if I want to do this. I've honestly considered making a video where, yes, it's a first draft, but making a video where, I'm reading the first maybe chapter or 2 chapters of this novel just to see what everyone thinks about it. Yeah.